3, good to have you with us on what is the first day of the BRICS Summit. We'll take you there 4 o'clock this afternoon. It's when the official program is set to get underway. First of all 6 accused men in the murder of whistleblower Babita Deokaran have pleaded guilty to her murder in 2021. The state and defence entered into a plea agreement this morning. Let's get the details of what's come out of court with our reporter this afternoon, taking a look at all of that for us. It's a Bafedile Moerane making time for us. Bafedile, hello to you. So viewers perhaps just tuning in very quickly. I think there was breaking news earlier, all pleading guilty. Give us the details.
Well, the South Gauteng High Court has actually sentenced all the 6 men following a plea agreement that was signed amongst themselves, between themselves and the National Prosecuting Authority or the state. So they have actually been sentenced to years ranging from 6 years to 22 for the murder of Babita Deokaran, which happened in August 2021. So it is the eve of Babita's murder today, and finally those who are behind her killing sent behind bars. But to the family, it's still a long way to go. But earlier on, we spoke to the National Prosecuting Authority, who are saying that they consulted the family, even though the family is saying that this is a difficult agreement that was signed between the NPA together with the accused, somebody who has killed their loved one. So let us listen to Pindim Jorondwane as to what actually transpired for them to reach the plea agreement.
The 6 men that were accused of killing Miss Babita Deokaran have all been sentenced. They all received sentences ranging from 6 years up until to 22 years. This is after they entered into a plea and sentence agreement with the NPA. Of course, as the NPA, we had to ensure that we follow due processes. Entering into negotiations meant that we also had to consult with the investigating officer as well as the family of Miss Babita Deokaran, so that we all have parties on board before we can finalize the plea and sentence agreement to be presented in court.
Yeah, so all of this happens behind closed doors as well, Bafedile, before they get into court with the plea agreement and the NPA mentioning the family. That's where I'd like to go next as well, because give me a sense of what they were saying, because this has been an ongoing issue for the family. Do they feel justice has been served or still unhappy?
The family is actually saying that this is a little closure for them. They are saying that they are hoping that this matter will open a new chapter, a chapter whereby the person who is actually behind, the mastermind behind this, can be brought to book. Because also the judge earlier on, when he was handing down the judgment, having to say that it is so unfortunate that there is one man who has been mentioned by the term of Mpunguze, who is alleged to be the mastermind behind Babita's assassination in 2021. And the unfortunate part is that that man is nowhere to be found. So the family is saying that this is really a little comfort for them, and they are hoping that justice will eventually prevail at the ultimate. Let us listen to the family representative as we engaged with him earlier this morning.
Well, honestly, it makes us sick to our stomach. The mere fact that of the 6 of them, not one of them showed an ounce of remorse. But the sad reality and the sad part of it is, of the 6, 5 of them have young little kids, and they felt absolutely nothing of taking an innocent life.
Mm-hmm. And then there was an apology rendered in court today. Do you accept that apology?
Not accepted. Mm-hmm. Apology not accepted. I mean, even though you apologize, it doesn't give anyone the right to take an innocent life.
Bafedile, before I let you go, hearing from the family, they're the brother of Babita Deokaran, I wasn't aware that there was an apology in court. I'm not sure if you can just maybe add something to that for me on the apology as well. And then, of course, what this is now going to do is inspire those who want to be whistleblowers to come forward, knowing that in the end, there actually is a little bit of justice, isn't there?
Well, Well, earlier on, the representative of the accused, when they were making their presentation before the judge, they had alluded, numbering a few things from the side of the accused, having to say one of them is that they are feeling remorseful and they are apologizing. Hence, they are coming up with the plea agreement, having to show that they don't want to waste the court's time. And those are some of the things that have actually been considered to come to the conclusion of the sentencing years by the South Gauteng High Court. So the whistleblowers, are really feeling sad about the situation, having to say that the court or the justice system has really failed Babita, having to sentence people to so small years, from 6 years to 22 years, after taking somebody's life, somebody who was trying to protect corruption, or who was actually against corruption and to protect the government finances. And now it feels like a fight is just in vain. But however, the South Gauteng High Court judge earlier on, when he presented the sentence, having to say that there's absolutely nothing at this point that this court can do, in particular because the mastermind behind the murder has not been found.
And then for the moment, we'll leave it there as I think we begin to process the information coming out of court. Bafedile Moerane joining us as far as the pleading guilty of the 6 men accused of the murder, the hit, the assassination of Babita Deokaran back in 2021. She was, of course, one of 300 witnesses involved into investigations, looking into investigations of corruption during the personal protection era, the PPEs, if you will, that equipment that was purchased just in Gauteng during the heyday of COVID-19. So justice, the wheels have finally turned.